Today's agenda is Booklist for Sociology. And in the second part, we will get to know what actually sociology is. And I will try to convince you that you can take sociology. Anybody can sociology. That's the second part. We will read NCERT class 11th, chapter number 1. As I teach in the NCERT classes in the similar way. NCERT class 11th, chapter 1, not full chapter, but some part of that we'll try to read so that you will get an idea. Sociology kya hai, kaise. So about Booklist. Now, many of you have been asking me constantly for last 2-3 months, is there Booklist for sociology? It's difficult to suggest one single book or even 2-3 books for sociology because there's no one book that you have to read in its entirety. So कोई भी किताब पूरी नहीं पढ़नी है. No book that I can say कि इसको जाओ और from cover to cover पढ़ लो. And there is no one book which can cover the total syllabus. So the ideal approach is in sociology and in almost all the optionals is to go topic wise. At some places you will find good notes, and that's what I do. I'm not a professor of sociology who has done a lot of research and been teaching this for 20 years. What I do is whatever best sources that I have found throughout my preparation, I suggest those things to follow. So the book list, number one source, that will be our basic for this entire course. We will be following IGNO, BA, not MA wala, BA wala. IGNO books, original materials which are given by IGNO. And like we read in NCERT batches, we will be going through this IGNO books line by line. ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ ऊपर से कुछ नीचे से. And I will try to explain you whatever. Now this IGNO book has a lot of pages and a lot of books, so we don't need to read all. क्या पढ़ना है, कैसे पढ़ना है? I will share a PDF which has almost all the contents की क्या important है, क्या नहीं है. You can go through that PDF and find out. Again, while taking the classes, I will be suggesting you to make some printouts, or if you are comfortable reading with the PDFs, you can go. It's a freely available source. Like I gave you the highlighted NCERT books, I will give you highlighted IGNO books. What are the important topics where you need to focus upon? So this will be our base. We will top it up with some portions of MA IGNO, very selectively. MA IGNO. The one book, a reference book that you can read is the blue book. नाम पता है? Harlem Books. Now Harlem Books has two. Let me show you the book. Wait. See, this कहाँ गया, मैं ही गायब हो गया. This is your blue book, Harlem Books and Hellbor. एक आता है Harlambus and Healed. That's the orange book. एक मिनट वो भी दिखा देता हूँ तुम्हें. So this is Harlambus and Healed. ये वाला नहीं पढ़ना है. इसमें कुछ टॉपिक्स हैं लगभग. If you're like totally lethargic, then you can try this. If you really want to score good marks, understand sociology, so this is the one book. Now you don't have to read it from cover to cover. ऐसा नहीं कि you have to read all 1000 pages. I will be suggesting you throughout the course that what to read, what not to read from this book. So Harlambus and Hellborn. Then this is the one book. अगर किताब की बात करें तो this is the one book that you have to read. This is we are talking for paper 1. ठीक है. Paper 1. Along with that, I'm like very unconventional teacher. So we will be using a lot of notes from different coaching. जहाँ best मिल जाए, whatever I have done, जहाँ से मैंने किया है तो my notes, coaching notes. So whichever topic we will find, we will be referring to many different coaching notes. We will be referring to toppers notes. जो जहाँ अच्छा मिल जाए. A lot of. So this will be one mega compilation of everything at one roof. So IGNU notes Harlambos, बस इतना करना है, इससे ज्यादा और कुछ नहीं करना है. Along with this, current affairs, you will be reading with me during the classes. We will try to integrate as much as current affairs we can. In this batch, I will try to make it a regular. But पहले, sorry, I will be posting, giving you some clippings from the newspaper related to sociology, developing your ideas, discussing those things in the classes. So newspaper, EPW, don't have to worry about current affairs much. That will be covered in the class. The main problems comes with paper 2. Paper 1 फिर भी सबको ठीक ठाक समझ में आ जाता है what to do with paper 2. Now if you have seen my mark sheet, I've scored 116 paper 2. I mean, I don't know how. Such keh raha hu, I don't know how. Because when I was giving the paper on the day, I have told this story many a times. I was really afraid कि पता नहीं paper 2 में क्या होगा. Because people had created all this hype that paper 2 में number नहीं आता, source नहीं है, book नहीं है. Even in coaching classes, teachers do not teach paper 2 specifically. Like paper 1 के discussion में ही हो जाता है, because topics in paper 1 and paper 2 are same. जो paper 1 में you have whatever you have to read in paper 1, paper 2 is just the application of the same thing in Indian context. Same. कोई भी टॉपिक इधर उधर नहीं है. यहाँ पेपर 1 में पढ़ो, पेपर 2 में पढ़ो. तो many teachers do not teach paper 2 specifically. इसलिए पेपर 2 को लेके बहुत एक डर का माहौल बना हुआ है. What my understanding suggests after doing this not once but twice is paper 2 needs your good command over GS preparation. If you are following current affairs, if you are good in GS and you just know how to apply your GS knowledge in the sociological perspective, you can score very good marks in paper 2. As the paper says, application. So what तुमने जितना कुछ पढ़ा है उसको कितना अप्लाई कर पाते हो. And that's why the way I have designed the classes will be very discussion based, so that whatever we are reading, there will be ample of opportunity for you to discuss, give your opinions, and debate around the topic. Can we use it in different formats or not? So paper 2 का main फंडा यही है. बाकी for what to read, many people suggest many different books. I have not read any book, and I don't suggest any book. We'll be referring to some coaching and my own notes. I'm audible? Voice is clear to all? So this will be the pattern. Selective reading of some books later. योगेंद्र सिंह वगैरह की कुछ किताबें हैं जहां से you can read a few chapters. Otherwise, we will have dedicated preparation for paper 2 in class itself. Any question about the book list? Any questions about the book list? Ritika is saying, what should we start our preparation with? Which book to read first? Essential Sociology by Nitin Sangwan. Please do not read Essential Sociology by Nitin Sangwan. Essential Sociology के पीछे की story क्या है? Like I've seen the people who love this book. Essentially, that book has helped many senior aspirants like me. That book is a kind of what you can say. It's a kind of a notes, factually writing everything under one roof. Now that is not going to help you a lot. I have seen Rajvi agar class mein ho, to many times students, if you have joined the EG Sociology Telegram channel, on that I used to conduct this answer writing sessions, and most of the students would write the content directly copied from Nitin Sangwan, because there is no contextual understanding. Although content is there, but the way of presentation, where to write what examples to give, they're missing. And without that, तुम्हारा जो content है doesn't mean anything. It will reveal that तुमने कुछ नहीं किया है. To the examiner, it will reveal that you have read nothing. You have just crammed a few keywords, lines, sentences, and that's all. So Nitin Sangwan is a big no for the beginners. Later, you have completed the syllabus and you want to check that how much syllabus I have covered, what if there is any portion which is lacking. Nitin Sangwan has good flowcharts and diagrams. So if you want to inculcate those flowcharts and diagrams, you can refer. But that's not a book which you read for understanding sociology. ठीक है? This is clear? Yes, Paul, I will give few notes. Garima is saying, if anyone is doing self-study, what book to follow for paper 2? I would suggest for paper 2, self-study again. In IGNU, you will find good content. Then on YouTube, like I see you on YouTube, people wandering from here to there, going for different, going to different channels to teachers who might not have experience of sociology on their own. UGC के तुमको मिलेंगे lectures. Some of those lectures I have compiled on my Telegram group as well. So in that, professors from different renowned universities have taught many things. Now these lectures are very slow and long. 1 घंटे में कोई एक topic cover होता है. but I don't think anything will build your concept better than those lectures. So show some patience. जैसे इंजीनियरिंग के टाइम में से NPTEL की वीडियोस देखते थे, तो ऐसे ही जाके उनकी वीडियोस देखो अगर कुछ देखना ही है यूट्यूब पे तो, एंड फॉलो इग्नू, follow newspaper, and always keep using your knowledge that we will read shortly कि कैसे knowledge use करना है. So always keep using your knowledge. Now I hope many of you are new here. Those who want to enroll in the course, this is the advertisement part. Many of you have already taken the admission, and this will be a very small, because I love to discuss things. I don't want to create a crowd. So the batch will be limited to approx 30 candidates. The course fees 14,999. For the payment links, you have, I think, already received the payment links on the WhatsApp groups. So you can make the payment join. And if you have any issue even after that, then this is the number on which you can text, and there is one more number. Let me see. Sorry for the glitch. I'm audible to all. Sorry for the glitch. I'm audible to all. ठीक ये भी इसी दिन होना था, चलो कोई बात नहीं. Yeah, so where we were. Sri is calling. What I was telling about the book list. नितिन सांगवान की बुक के हम आते थे, पेपर 2 पे बात कर रहे थे. ठीक है, चलो थोड़ी सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ते हैं अब. Let's read a little bit of sociology today, just to give you some idea. I was telling you about the admissions. If you want, the course fees 14,999. You have probably received the payment links. You can pay there. My students, if you have any problem, you know my number, you can contact me there. ठीक है. Classes have already started. ठीक है, आज की क्लास, how many of you have like already taken admission? कितने लोगों ने एडमिशन ले लिया है अभी तक? एक नंबर देख ले थोड़ा. अखिला, नहीं, don't text, raise your hand, so that raise your hand instead of texting. Okay, about 17, 18 of you have already taken, and I hope some of you are not some of those who have taken the admission. Yes, Monica, you can. Chalo, so let's start sociology today and try to understand that what sociology actually is. Thank you for raising your hands. This is Sociology and Society paper, chapter 1. Now, since the very childhood, we have been told that study hard and you will do well in life. है ना? All of us are told us, study hard and you will do in life. But as we grow up, the nature of the advices start changing. People will start that be careful of what subject you are choosing. So arts ले रहे हो या science ले रहे हो, be careful. It's the story. This happened with me. So I was good at studies. People used to know कि हाँ ये मोहल्ले का ही लड़का है, पढ़ता है. तो हमारी बिल्डिंग में एक आंटी रहती थी. She used to take a lot of interest in my studies. I don't know why, but she was curious. So when I was in 10th, she asked me that 11th में क्या लोगे? Which subject you will take in 11th? I said, I'm planning of taking commerce. At that time, I had a little inclination towards this. I'm planning of taking commerce. So her statement, I still till date I remember her exact expression and the exact line कि क्यों तुमसे साइंस नहीं संभलेगा क्या? Science is too difficult for you, and that's, I think, it's the natural stance everywhere in our country. Wherever you go, what subject you choose, and all of you might have faced such scenarios in your life. If you are a good student, you have to go for science. So it's not just about studying hard, it's about what subject you choose to get better job in future. Now so this is what your subject is decided by the economic aspect, what kind of job you will get. Then people will also say ki if you are a boy, you should like, if you're a boy, you probably can't think of taking home science as your graduation subject. If you're a girl, people will strongly advise you against taking civil engineering as engineering subject, or even mechanical. You'll find very few number of girls there. So your gender, your society is deciding that what subject you have to read. Now your family need the fourth kind of advice that you will see, that your family, the situation of your family needs you to pay to start earning early. Or you may be in a family where your family people will say, okay, you have already a settled business, why do you want to study? दिल्ली जाओगे कभी अगर by chance, you will find people who are living in rooms whose rent is 25,000 per month. Oh, the person who can pay such a high rent and probably spending another 25,000 on the upkeep, why do he need job of an IAS officer? उसकी फैमिली में ऑलरेडी इतना वेल्थ है. So what subject, what you end up studying is also decided by your family status. How long you can sustain, where you are studying, you are joining this course, depend upon the economic situation of the people as well, or economic position of your family as well. By going through discussion, you can understand that our choices, what we think of, that if we study, or if I study, I can become an IAS officer, or I can become a successful person in life. The line that has been told to us क्लास आफ्टर क्लास, अरे बस 10th तक पढ़ लो, इतना ही पढ़ना है, उसके बाद जिंदगी सेटल्ड है. 12th तक पढ़ लो, जिंदगी मतलब एकदम सेटल्ड है, आईएएस बन जाओ, जिंदगी सेटल्ड है. This has been told to us repeatedly, but actually after this discussion probably you have understood that individual efforts although matters, but they do not necessarily define the outcomes. Outcomes are many a times defined by what is your gender. You may be a very good student, but your family will not allow you to study. You can be a very bright student, but your family condition is such that you cannot even think of preparing for UPSC, because you know that's a long-term project. You have to give 2-3 years to this. You have to mentally prepared. You may crack it in 1 year, but you have to be mentally prepared that it's going to take you 2-3 years. And in that time, you need to support your family, and your family need to support you. If you do not have that backup, no matter how bright you are, it's going to be difficult for you to crack the exam. So individual efforts matter, but ultimately there are many social factors. So whatever we have discussed here, economy, gender, family, this is what social factors. These social factors decide that what we do, what we like. It's a very funny thing. If you how many of you are from West Bengal, by the way? Anyone from West Bengal? A few of you. So I think if you do not know, I have a friend from West Bengal. He's a primary teacher and recently has got a job as a some excise inspector or something. He cracked the exam and he has got the call letter, appointment letter to join. He called me कि क्या करूं भाई, ज्वाइन करूं कि नहीं करूं, क्योंकि how is that a question that करूं कि ना करूं? You are a primary teacher, you are getting a job of an excise inspector. From there you can get the promotion, you can be a class A officer as well. It is like, but in West Bengal you will find हमारे सर थे, सौमित्र मोहन सर, डीएम वर्धमान, ही यूज्ड टू सेल कि वेस्ट बंगाल में प्राइमरी टीचर से अच्छा और कोई जॉब नहीं होता है, बिकॉज द पीपल लाइक टू लव नियर बाई देयर, एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ अ स्टीरियोटाइपिंग. We will talk about stereotype if you don't know, but this is partly true as well. People like to live near to their houses. They not worry much about economic wealth, और वो घर पे रहें, ठीक से रहें. That's the primary goal. So what kind of job is a good job is most of the time decided by the society. It's not only about individual satisfaction. Now most of you suddenly you have seen all around yourself that suddenly there is a huge jump in UPSC aspirants. हम लोग खुद फील कर रहे हैं, एनरोलमेंट बढ़ गई है कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स में. विजन के पास तो जगह नहीं है स्टूडेंट को बिठाने के लिए. एवरी मंथ दे हैव टू क्लोज कि अभी नहीं कर सकते हैं एडमिशन. तो what's happening? Why this sudden rush towards UPSC? Sociological factors. Now, if you are watching the society, probably you have realized this: mutual breakups. Now, there used to be a time, our time, I mean, before our time, class, like people, boys used to chase girls, girls used to chase, मतलब girls were so mad for the boys, and मतलब एक बार रिलेशनशिप होने के बाद कि जहर खा लेंगे, तुम मुझे धोखा दे रहे हो, तेजाब फेंक देंगे, वगैरह वगैरह. नाउ these things, if you are realizing, and let me know if this is happening or not, people are mutually deciding कि ठीक है, तुम्हारा रास्ता कुछ और है, मेरा रास्ता कुछ और है. It's probably difficult for us to meet. Let's break up. हो रहा है ऐसा? रियलाइज कर रहे हो सोसाइटी में? Your friends, people around you, yes, no answers, participate. No, this was not true in our time, and this was not true in the Bollywood stories of 90s. Hero will do anything to get the girl, and once committed, heroine will do anything to be with the boy. ठीक है, that was used to call as सच्चा प्यार. ये नहीं है तो फिर सच्चा प्यार नहीं है. Nowadays एकदम सच्चा प्यार है. म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट, म्यूचुअल ब्रेकअप, म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट is there also. It's not like कि I hate you now, मार में जाओ, ऐसा नहीं है. There's a mutual respect and mutual breakup. हो रहा है ऐसा? Yeah, so most of you agree with this, right? So why is this happening? And if you are also in this situation, and till now if you are thinking that you are alone, you are the mature person, and you do not do it like this, so just for your opening your eyes, you are not the only person. In the chat box also I have got this 10-12 reply कि हाँ सर ऐसा हो रहा है तुमसे. So you are not the only one. That it's happening. It has become a common trend. Why so? Society and sociology. We'll come to this again. But the task of sociology is to study human society as an interconnected whole. हमने क्या देखा? What to study is a personal problem. What I like, I may study what subject to choose in senior secondary is a personal problem. But we saw that how it is decided by the social factors, extremely regulated by social factors. So one task of sociology is to unravel the connection between a personal problem and public issue. Mark, this is very important. Sociology में हम एक बात करते हैं टर्म की sociological imagination. And my whole approach for teaching this course is to develop this sociological imagination into you. To be able, what is sociological imagination? This is your ability to connect your personal problem to a public issue. What is personal problem? Personal problem is selecting a subject. Personal problem is your breakup. But your ability to connect this personal problem to a larger social issue, that you are not the only one. This is happening with everyone. There is something going on which is out of your control, and that's why this is happening. So this connection between the personal problem and public issue, you are not getting job. So one simple explanation can be, पढ़ता ही नहीं, दिन भर फोन चलाएगा, इंस्टाग्राम देखेगा, व्हाट्सएप करेगा, ट्विटर और फेसबुक करेगा, नौकरी कैसे लगेगी? दिस इज द पर्सनल, दिस इज हाउ पीपल रिलेट पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम्स विथ personal problems and personal blames. Another example is, you're not getting job because society is like that. There are very few opportunities. The number of jobs is declining. The number of participants is increasing. There used to be a time when 1%, 2% or 5% population of the country was graduate. Now graduate तो किलो के भाव से निकल रहे हैं. So number of participants has increased. And you can list out many more, even more than me. You can list out n number of social causes which are stopping you from getting a job. Right? Connect कर पा रहे हो? Personal problem, social or public issues. Right? So finally we understand that whatever happens to us, it's decided by our society, our relevant society, the society in which we are living, the society to which we are associated. Now, one thing which is also important here to realize is that we are not living in one particular society. In modern times, at one single time, we belong to many societies. Like, you are a member of your village community, or if you belong to a city, you are a member of that. Then you are a member of your state. That's also a society. इधर मराठा है, इधर ममता दीदी का बंगाल चल रहा है. So वहाँ के larger, the issues of the West Bengal will impact you. The issues of all over Maharashtra will also impact you. It's not about that your society, your locality or your village is impacting you. And then overall, on the larger scale, the country also acts as a society. Whatever will happen in the society, अब country में ही job नहीं है तो तुम्हें भी कहाँ से job मिलेगा? And then there is global community. So every time we are part of multiple societies. This is an introduction that what all we are going to read in this chapter. And I always say that do not start with NCERTs, because you see, in this one chapter, NCERT is covering here emergence of sociology, that how sociology has emerged. Now, this is a separate topic in your syllabus, if you have seen the syllabus. Scope of sociology, a separate topic there. Its relationship with other disciplines, it's a separate topic as per your syllabus. Every time you get one or two questions. Now, the things that you have to probably read in 100 pages, that information is summed up into 23 pages here. तो समझ सकते हो कितना कंसाइज करके लिखा गया है. Very much concentrated information is here, and that's why sometimes it's become difficult. We will see as we will move further. देखो, what is sociological imagination? Again, coming to the same explanation. How individual societies are dialectically linked. How dialectically linked. Dialectical theories, dialectical, even this word is so complicated. राजवी हो क्लास में या चली गई? Anybody who has studied राजवी हो, क्या होता है dialectical, बताओ एक बार. Or anybody who has read. But I'm trying to, if you are here and you can say something, हाँ हो तो you can unmute yourself. Sudipto is saying subgroup of a language. It's not a subgroup of a language. In this context specifically not. So now, just to understand what is dialectical, selective studied, we go through a long debate. It's given, the dialectical ideas, theories are given by a German philosopher. We read about him. मतलब ये काफी अपने आप में एक broad topic है discussion का. NCERT has just mentioned it like कि हर बच्चा जानता ही होगा कि क्या dialectical है. You will read it, probably will get some vague idea, but will not be able to move forward, will not get the gist of it. So that's why I say कि यहाँ से मत शुरू करो, अगर करना है तो इग्नू से स्टार्ट करो. Now, but the good thing about NCERT is that you will get many thinkers, sociologists mentioned throughout the book. And if you compile that, many times in sociology people feel that कहाँ से लिखे, कौन से thinkers use करें, कौन से नहीं use करें. Now, in all the chapters you will find the name of thinkers. These are prominent thinkers of sociology. राजवी दिख रहा है, कभी देखा है इधर आके? पीटर बर्जर, रॉबर्ट, टॉम बॉटिमोरे, A.R. देसाई, S.C. दुबे, जेम्स फ्रीमैन, एंथनी गिडेंस, याद आ रहा है सब? योगेंद्र सिंह, M.N. श्रीनिवास. Now, this is where you get your thinkers. And it's a very good compilation. I don't think there's any better compilation than this. So, what I will try to do is I will highlight the books in the similar manner, and everywhere, wherever you find any thinker or sociologist, उनका एक अलग नोट तुम एनसीईआरटी से बना सकते हो. But that's after you have read, you have understood what sociology is. Now, as I already explained you, sociological imagination is about attaching the personal troubles of the milieu and the public issues of the social structure. Because zindagi mein, make it a habit from today. I don't know whether you want to join, you are going to join the sociology class or not, or even you are going to take sociology as an option or not. This exercise will help. This will make your life easier. Many times we start blaming ourselves for something that's happening, or many times we start blaming our family members, friends, colleagues, or others for whatever is happening in the society. That's because we do not have sociological imagination. हम खुद से आगे देख ही नहीं पाते, हमारे लिए अपनी दुनिया उतनी सीमित है. What sociological imagination says that for all the personal problems, for all the personal troubles, there is a public explanation. Tell me any issue that you think is इससे personal कुछ नहीं हो सकता. Think about marriage. Marriage is the most personal, one of the most personal thing. Reproduction, इससे personal क्या हो सकता है? But is it really personal? China, in China, government is first came up with the policy of one child policy. Then they realized in around 2015-16 that this is going to be very dangerous for them. So they changed the policy and they said ki now you can have two childs. But even then, people are not ready to have two babies. What's happening? Public personal choices, public issues. ये बच्चा पैदा नहीं कर रहे हैं, कंट्री गड्ढे में चली जाएगी. So whatever you are watching, analyzing in your society, keep your eyes open and try to find a social cause for any most personal things which you consider कि ये तो सबसे बाकी the things which are open in public, you will get many ideas कि how it is related to society. But I challenge that give me anything which is very, very personal and I can see you a way out that how this is not your personal fault. You are trying to become an IAS officer and you may think that it is your personal choice. पर लेकिन दिल पे हाथ रख के कसम खाओ कि क्या ये तुम्हारी पर्सनल चॉइस है? Is there no social influence on you? There is, of course, right? How you decide that यही करना है. Even many of you say, I want to prove that I have the potential, I have the courage, I have the capability to crack this exam. Even in that scenario, why you choose this exam? You could have selected anything else. So everything is sociology. Now, we'll discuss this in some other class, but थोड़ा सा आगे आते हैं what sociology actually is. Let's get the definition at least in this class and then we will end this discussion. And I hope you are getting some idea कि what sociology is. क्या definition है? Sociology is the study of human social life, groups and societies. आदमी के सोशल लाइफ की, उनके ग्रुप्स की और सोसाइटीज की स्टडी है. The subject matter, what we read in sociology, we read our own behavior, what we are doing, why when you cross a temple you bow your head, why you slow your vehicle while you are passing through a temple or a mosque, why, who is controlling you. So that's the subject matter of sociology, your own behavior. I think that by studying sociology you start understanding yourself better, why you dress up, why you want to keep beards, or why you want lambe ghungrale baal. Everything is explained by sociology. But sociology is not the first subject which has tried to understand human. Philosophers, religious teachers, legislatures, they have all they have been trying to do is explain human. Aristotle, Plato, गीतास, वेदास, उपनिषद्स, क्या किया है, सबने ह्यूमन को एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश की. व्हाट इज गीता, कैसे जीना है, ये करो ये मत करो, अंडरस्टैंडिंग ह्यूमन एंड गिविंग अ rule book. And that's why, and at some point all of us have thought about ki, we have thought about our lives, our society, and that's why it's said that everyone knows sociology. Everyone knows sociology now, and I have told you in the last class also, go and check the paper 2 of sociology. तुम्हें आंसर भले ना आए, you may not able, you might not be able to write a 250 word question, but there will be hardly any question that you do not understand and you cannot debate upon. तुम्हें वो क्वेश्चन दे दिया जाए डिबेट करने के लिए, तुम पक्का उस पर 3 घंटा भाषण दे सकते हो कि क्यों. You may not be very exact, but you understand the topic, you understand the issue, and that's where sociology differs from common sense. We all have some commonsensical idea about our society, but sociology is the scientific study. The word logy here is for science. The society and sociology is also very different from philosophy and common sense. Philosophical reflection is, who am I? So, philosophically you ask this question कि मैं कौन हूँ, कहाँ से आया हूँ, क्या करूँगा, मुझे किसने बनाया है. You ask this, who am I? In sociology you ask कि why I am going to this God, why I am praying this, why I am wearing this cloth, why I am eating this food. समझ में आ रहा है कहाँ फिलोसफी और कहाँ सोशियोलॉजी डिफर हो जाता है. सोशियोलॉजी ट्रैक्स यू in the present time, what you are doing in the present context in the society in which you are living, what you are doing, why you are doing. It's action oriented. Now in philosophy we study about moral and immoral values of human behavior. In sociology we ask कि do not cheat. वो कहेगा कि you should not cheat. Philosophy, ethics will tell you that you should not cheat. Sociology will say that how and why people cheat, why someone cheats in exam, why there is a lot of corruption in some states, why bureaucrats act as they act. ये माई बाप कल्चर क्यों रहता है कि हम ही है सर्वे सर्वा. So sociology is not concerned with what you should do, although many sociologists have tried to give an answer to what should be done, but that answer is not moral, that answer is rational. Their answer is based upon कि अच्छा ऐसा करेंगे तो ऐसा मिलेगा. If you will do something good, we can achieve a good end. ऐसा नहीं कि तुम, हाँ मैं बोल रहा हूँ झूठ बोलना बुरा है तो झूठ मत बोलो. Sociology, maybe we study about religion. One of the famous lines probably you have heard at some point, that religion is the opium of masses. कार्ल मार्क्स कहता है कि रिलीजन जो है वो ओपियम, समझते हो, आजकल बहुत चल रहा है चर्चा में. से कि रिलीजन है वो ओपियम का काम कर रहा है फॉर मासेस. पीपल आर, वो लेके ओपियम और नशे में है, उनको पता नहीं चल रहा है. पीपल आर नॉट कॉन्शियस अबाउट द सफरिंग्स, about their exploitations. Religion has been invented to prevent people from realizing their true sufferings. You are fighting हिंदू और मुस्लिम और उधर मजा करने वाले एक साल कोरोना में उनका वेल्थ 1000% बढ़ जा रहा है, तुम चक्कर में हो कि मेरे पास मंदिर ज्यादा है कि मस्जिद ज्यादा है। कार्ल मार्क्स कहते हैं कि रिलीजन, नो दिस इज, आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि कार्ल मार्क्स इज perfectly true, and we will discuss later that why and what are the criticism of this, but this sounds very enticing, right? Religion is the opium of masses. This is, and finally, as a sociology student, what your role is. As I told you, there are public issues, there are private problems, and in that our role is the role of an spy. ढूंढना है, अंदर जड़ में जाना है, and you have to find the things which are not evident, which is not known to common people, and then only you can become a true sociologist when you start looking deeper into problems and trying to find out the solutions or the cause कि ऐसा हो रहा है तो ऐसा ही क्यों हो रहा है, there is farmers movement going on, then why it is happening, what are the social cause, and government is not accepting even after so much protest, then why it's not accepting. So many people will give you many WhatsApp ka gyan, but as a sociologist you have to go deeper, you have to find the things which are not in common knowledge. ठीक है, 9:30, it's about 1 hour. समझ में आ रहा है सोशियोलॉजी? इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है थोड़ा? यू फील दैट पढ़ सकते हैं इसको, मजा आएगा पढ़ने में? चलो, so this is all about sociology. Once you will be through this, you will be you can analyze the society in a much better manner. You can analyze people, you can probably analyze elections too, कौन जीतेगा नहीं जीतेगा, कौन सा मूव, कौन सा प्रोटेस्ट सक्सेसफुल होगा, कौन सा नहीं होगा. In the last class, those who know me, like I told this about, I don't know, 6-7 months back, that farmers movement is not going to achieve anything meaningful, and that's, but that was not just a comment ऐसा हवा में, this was just a sociological analysis that what are the ingredients that make a movement successful, and I find out that there are a few things which are missing here. You see a pattern of successful movements and you see that those things are not available here. Sooner or later it's going to die down. बहुत पहले मैंने predict किया था, and it's almost following the same path. And it's not like मैं कोई ऐसा बाबा हो गया, just common understanding of sociology and your ability to use that into the present context. राजवी, क्या क्या रीजन है एक मूवमेंट को सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए? What are the factors and which factors are not present in this case? कुछ याद है? चलो ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. We'll study all these things later. ठीक है? This is much interesting what I expected. सर यूपी के इलेक्शन का हवा बता दीजिए थोड़ा. Let the time come and I will predict. During West Bengal elections, I have told this. I've told this many a times, and it may seem like self-boosting, but during West Bengal elections, I had told like some of my students who are from West Bengal that elections result are going to be one directional. Like every media channel and every TV, and they were saying that every cephalogist की कांटे की टक्कर है. the war is like 50-50 war and nobody knows. Even if there will be a government, it may be when it will be a hung assembly and so many things. I said ki whosoever will win a landslide victory. And when this happened, the student texted me right around 12 p.m. ki I told my father कि nobody has said this, only sir has told कि one way victory होने वाला है. One way victory हुआ. So बताऊंगा, यूपी का भी बताऊंगा ताला, चिंता मत करो. थोड़ा टाइम, अभी हवा बदल सकता है. ठीक है. So those who want to take admissions again, Hemant is saying क्या, एक मिनट रुको. I want to ask a general question rather than this session. What is your opinion? Oh, Hemant, utna bhi, I don't waste my time on those pities which is asking about Samir Wankhede and drug case. You know, those are the even more than Karl Marx theory of opium of masses. Those issues that are happening, they are the opium of masses. Opium for students, consumers of electronic and digital media. If you can protect yourself from that, जिंदगी सफल हो जाएगी. नहीं तो वो तुमको उसी में उलझाने के लिए. तो कार्ल मार्क्स अभी जिंदा होता तो शायद वो भी कहता कि ओपियम, नया ओपियम ऑफ मासेस ढूंढ लिया गया है. हर बार एक नया मुद्दा, एंड यू फॉरगेट द रियल क्वेश्चंस ऑफ द सोसाइटी. Nobody is discussing about 3000 kgs of opium found. कहाँ गया 3000 kg, किसी को मतलब नहीं है. तो बस ये सब अभी भूल जाओ. While you are preparing, there are many issues. The law, you can talk about the laws which are archaic. बहुत ही खतरनाक लॉ है, कॉलोनियल टाइम का बना हुआ लॉ है. You can, as a society, in sociology we can discuss, and we will be discussing that whether the cannabis and marijuana should be legalized or not. You know, in USA, in most of the states now, marijuana is weeds are legalized and spreading very fast. So another year or two, it will be legalized in almost all the states. Now there are licensed shops in America. If you know international relations, you will know that the law which is made in India in 1990s, the law under which the people are being arrested and persecuted, that was made under extreme pressure from अमेरिकन गवर्नमेंट. इंडिया में ऐसा कोई लॉ बनाने का किसी का मन भी नहीं था कि हमारे यहाँ तो लोग ऐसे ही साधु लोग पी के घूमते रहते हैं. हाँ, घर घर की बात है. मतलब हमारा, मेरा एक दोस्त है, कहता है कि वो घर आया मेरे, तो लोग क्या कह रहे, उस समय वो चल रहा था रिया चक्रवर्ती वाला, तो वीड्स 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 ऐसा चल रहा था घर पे. सब लोग परेशान कर रहे, वीड रखी थी ऐसा क्या. अगर वीड क्या है आंटी, वो तो गांजा रखा है. गांजा तो घर 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 में पीते हैं यहाँ पे लोग. अब गांजा रखने के लिए उसको गिरफ्तार कर, अच्छा तो गांजा है. ओहो, तो वीड बना लिया, मतलब नाम बदल दिया तो तमाशा हो गया. समझ में आया. तो anyway, that's it from my side today. And any other questions you can ask. You know about the admission process, so get enrolled as soon as you can. इतनी तो गारंटी है कि सोशियोलॉजी समझने लगोगे. ठीक है. Your idea to look and see the society and look yourself will completely change. ठीक है. जिंदगी में परेशान कम होगे. ठीक है. टास्क राहुल, अभी टास्क नहीं, टास्क विल टेक फ्रॉम when we will start studying IGNOU properly. अभी थोड़ा माहौल बना रहे हैं सोशियोलॉजी के लिए, so we'll start taking tasks from them. चलो ठीक है, then I'm ending this. Anybody, any final questions? भालो लगी छे, मजा आया, राहुल गांधी का कोट याद आ गया, मजा आया. हाँ, चलो ठीक है, I'm ending this and खत्म, टाटा बाय बाय, गुड नाइट, सी यू अगेन. एथिक्स क्लास के लिए सुबह मिलते हैं, बाकी लोगों से एज यूजुअल एज पर योर क्लास टाइमिंग्स वी विल मीट.